it's Cory.
And Stephanie.
And welcome to beautiful Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. We are here today celebrating our 10-year wedding anniversary.
We are. Dollywood's always been very special to us. 10 years ago when we were here on our honeymoon, we actually went to Dollywood. So it's really cool for us that we're able to come back 10 years later and see what all that has changed.
Yeah, and I've heard a lot has changed, so I'm excited to go around today, ride some rides. They got a bunch of roller coasters here now, try some of the food offerings here in Dollywood, and just enjoy a day with this amazing woman 10 years after she made me the luckiest man in the world. But we're excited. I want to give a big thank you to Dollywood for having us out here today to come around and check out the park and bring it to you guys. So what do you say? Let's go get started.
Let's go check it out.
Okay, so for our first ride of the day, we've stopped off here at Lightning Rod, and this is kind of a hybrid coaster. It's a wooden roller coaster, but with a steel track, and we've actually already ridden it, so we're just going to tell you about it. And we're going to do that with most of the roller coasters here because we can't film on the rides, so we're just going to tell you what we thought about it, and I thought this ride was fantastic.
Yeah, this was, in my opinion, probably one of the best coasters I've ever been on, and I'm going to say this thing is fast. And it blew my mind fast. Like, I didn't realize that it could go that fast being a wooden coaster. I looked it up, it maxes out at 73 miles per hour. So I want you to think about that. That is flying when you're, in a coaster, and the wind's hitting your face. And it's tall too. This thing goes up to 206 feet.
Yeah, it's amazing, and that makes it the world's fastest wooden roller coaster. And also, it is the world's first wooden roller coaster to have a launch. So this has a hill just like a traditional wooden roller coaster, except as soon as you start going up the hill, you actually launch up the hill. It's amazing. And like Steph said, one of her favorite, this is probably my new favorite roller coaster. It's unbelievable. So for our next roller coaster of the day, we've made it back here to the Tennessee Tornado. And this actually was here the last time we were here 10 years ago. So it's one of the older roller coasters here in the park. It's a steel coaster with multiple inversions. That thing went upside down like
triple.
three times.
3 times.
Pretty fast. Another pretty fast roller coaster.
63 miles per hour.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's insane. And it has a 128-foot drop that I did not know about. So that one took me by surprise.
You definitely can tell that this is one of the older steel coasters in the park. You get beat up and, tossed around a little bit in it, but it's still fun. And what's so beautiful about this coaster and a lot of the coasters here in Dollywood is that all of the attractions are kind of built into the landscape. And the landscape back here in this part of the park is amazing. I mean, it's like literally just built right into the side of a mountain. It's so beautiful. So we've stopped off for our first snack of the day, and it's here at the Grist Mill, and this is where they have the world famous cinnamon bread. And I gotta tell you, this smells absolutely delicious, and look at it, it's huge. It's a really big piece of cinnamon bread, and we got 2 sauces with it. We got the frosting and also the homemade apple butter. Can't wait to give this a try.
Look at the size of this. This is $8.99 and I think it's totally worth it. I loved watching them make it. They took the bread and dipped it in a butter bath. How much better can you get? And then dipped it in cinnamon and sugar. It smells so good. It's nice and warm. It's just gotta taste delicious. At first glance, this has got butter, cinnamon, sugar in every nook and cranny. Look at that. It's just oozing with deliciousness. First, I want to try that apple butter. I love apple butter. Never put it on cinnamon bread before. Let's see how it pairs. Oh my goodness. This is absolutely amazing. Anybody that loves cinnamon and sugar would just absolutely love this dessert. The apple apple butter paired very well with it. It's a very nice apple butter. It adds a little bit more sweetness to something that's already sweet. Not a bad thing though. This is so good.
All right, so I'm gonna give this cinnamon bread a try as well, and I'm gonna try the frosting. So I put a little bit of the frosting on there, and Steph's right, this is so warm and smells delicious, but I don't even think you need any of the dipping stuff on there because there's so much of that cinnamon and sugar and that butter that's on there. But we're gonna give it a try anyway. That's delicious. That is so good. And I'm trying to think of what it tastes like. I mean, it's not a donut. It's not like a fritter, like when you think of like an apple fritter, that sort of thing. There's no apple in it, but it's kind of reminding me of those combined, but a good fresh like loaf of bread. It's very unique. A dessert or a snack like I have never had before. So delicious, and yeah, for sure, plenty sweet enough, does not need the frosting, but it definitely was delicious. I'm gonna give a little bit of that apple butter a try, just so I can try that as well. But gosh, it is so good. So I have to say, I like the apple butter on it better than the frosting. And the reason is because the apple butter not nearly as sweet as the frosting. And since that bread's already sweet enough, you don't really need that extra frosting sweetness. But the apple butter adds a different flavor, a little bit of tartness from the apple, and pairs perfectly with this. This is so good. I'm gonna eat it all. I'm gonna eat it all, and Steph's not gonna get any more.
Dollywood has a really awesome area that you could check out eagles pretty up close, considering that they are indeed wild animals. Now, these eagles can't be released back into the wild for various reasons, but they're not deemed safe to do so. They may have health reasons that keep them here. However, they do mate, and once they do produce some babies, once those are old enough, they do allow those to go back out into the wild. It's really cool that they're able to help preserve the eagle population here, and you can come and see them up close.
So another roller coaster complete here in Dollywood, and this was the Wild Eagle. And this is a very interesting coaster. What did you think?
I thought it was really cool. As you can see behind us, and that we're gonna show you, it starts with a lift, a 210-foot lift, which is insane. And it's a chain lift, so I mean, you're getting that click, click, click all the way to the top, and then you've got a 135-foot drop, and you feel it. And it's so cool because, I mean, like we've mentioned before, the terrain here, I mean, when you are taking those turns, there are trees, and I mean, it's exciting. And the view from up there, guys, we're in the middle of the mountains. It's so beautiful from up there. But what I think is so unique about this ride, and what's cool, is that it's your feet are hanging, and there's no track above you or below you. The track is actually next to you because it's like you're on the wings of an eagle. So you actually load in 2 queues. There's one on each side of the track, and 2 people sit on each side, and the track is in between you. It's really a unique setup, and it gives you a totally different perspective, and you really feel like you're just kind of floating out there freely next to the track. Really unique and amazing. Guys, this is now in probably my top 10 of favorite roller coasters I've ever ridden. So we just got off the Mystery Mine coaster, and this was another interesting one. Again, very different than like your average roller coaster. It's not a train, it's an individual car that seats, I think, 2 rows of 4, and it only maxes out at like 40-something miles an hour? About 43 miles an hour, but it's a little bit of an older coaster, not super old, but I mean, this thing throws you around quite a bit, in my opinion. I tried to keep my head back because it has like the over-the-shoulder harnesses, and it did not matter how hard I tried, my head just kept bopping. He thinks it's funny, but I'm like, it kind of beat me up, but it was a fun coaster. Stephanie's head was like a human pinball machine. I know, it is a little bit rickety, but it is fun. You can't help but to laugh because of all the unexpected drops, turns, curves, and all that. Yeah, it'll just stop and slow down, speed up, and what's really kind of unique about it too is that there are 2 lifts that are completely vertical. So you're laying completely on your back, going vertical, and one of the drops is completely vertical too. So it is interesting, it's different, and then at the very end it kind of really is surprising, the loop, kind of that inverted loop, and it's interesting at the end. But another cool ride here at Dollywood.
the menu at Granny Ogle's Ham and Beans. And check it out, guys. Look at these appetizers. So a couple of different kinds of deviled eggs. They got the one with bacon and cheddar, and then the classic deviled eggs. We actually wanted these and we just ordered, and they're out of bacon, so we couldn't get the bacon ones, but we went ahead and ordered the classic. But look at the price, guys. $2, and that's 4 halves that you get for $2. Extremely affordable here at Dollywood. And here's some sandwiches, a chicken salad sandwich, a pulled pit ham sandwich, and then check this out, a chicken cassoulet. That looks delicious with some sausage. I actually went with the meatloaf stacker for $15, and I love meatloaf. Haven't had meatloaf in quite a while, so that looks delicious. And Stephanie went with the pit ham, which again looks really delicious. Also comes with mashed potatoes and the pinto beans. All of this looks really, really tasty, and they even have some cobbler for dessert. And again, look at these prices, guys. $4.50. Great prices and great options. Let's see if the food is as good as it looks. Our deviled eggs have arrived, and these look tasty. Again, you get 4 halves, and this was only $2, and they look like they're filled pretty generously. And also, they brought us out to the table. Complimentary is a pan of cornbread. So this is a whole little miniature cast iron skillet of cornbread, and that looks fresh and delicious. Let's give them both a try.
So I'm still blown away that you can get an appetizer in a theme park for $2. We like deviled eggs. Let's see how these are. This is a refreshing cold deviled egg. I really enjoy the flavor. It's not elevated by any means. Like Cory already mentioned, they were out of bacon. I would have loved to try the bacon cheddar deviled eggs. Maybe next time, but these are delicious.
So like I said, I got the meatloaf stacker, and this is Dollywood's signature meatloaf, stacked high on buttercrust bread and served with buttery mashed potatoes and Granny Ogle's signature pinto beans. And this also came with a side of coleslaw. All of this looks delicious. All right, so on to the entree. This is that meatloaf stack, and you can see I got a little bit of the meatloaf, the bread, and the mashed potatoes and gravy all in one bite. And that hits the spot for meatloaf. That's delicious. The mashed potatoes nice and creamy. The gravy's good. The bread is that nice foundation, kind of holding the whole stack together. But the meatloaf itself, there's some pepper and onions in there, and I believe there's some ketchup on top, because ketchup on top of meatloaf is pretty common. That's the way that my grandma makes it. But it is so delicious, and just a really thick piece of meatloaf as well, and there's a lot of flavor coming through there. I am really excited to just devour this entire thing. All right, for my side item here, we got these pinto beans, and there's a lot of meat in there. I was just looking, there's a bunch of ham in there, and it smells so good. Let's give them a try. And those are delicious too. Guys, this meal is delicious. Those beans, which I think you would expect that any of the bean dishes here would be good, right? This restaurant is basically sponsored by Bush's, and they know how to do beans. And these pinto beans are amazing. That meat flavor is coming through really well, and there's a lot of the meat in there too. I mean, you could eat a whole meal of just these pinto beans with that ham and some cornbread, and you would be all set. I'm thinking now I'm gonna have a hard time eating all this food, but it is all delicious.
I'm really excited to give this pit ham a try. It's pulled pit ham served with buttery mashed potatoes and Granny Ogle's signature pinto beans. So I've never actually had pulled ham before. It smells and looks delicious, and they even offer it on a sandwich. So let's see how this tastes. It tastes just like ham. It's got a nice saltiness to it. Kind of funny because it reminds me of pulled pork. It tastes very, very good, and I bet it would be awesome on that sandwich. Let me give these mashed potatoes a try. Those are actually nice potatoes. They've got a nice buttery flavor to them, nice and smooth. The gravy's very nice also. And I also have the pinto beans with ham. Cory raved about them. Let's see how they are for me. They're nice and hot. I can see them steaming. I'm going to tell you now, that is like a hidden gem here. Those pinto beans have an amazing flavor. I love that they have the ham already in them. The pinto beans just are popping with flavor. I would really get these anytime I came here. So we finally made it back to Wildwood Grove. We're super excited about this area of the park. It's only been open a month, and this is a huge expansion for Dollywood. They have a lot to offer, including 11 guest experiences here, some awesome looking rides, and even a 4,000 square foot play area for kids. It looks amazing, and I can't wait to check it out. Checking out Wildwood Grove. There's so much to see back here, and I just love all the bright colors. I mean, if you have little ones, there's so much for them to do here. So much. There is. It's
talk about an expansion. This place is huge, and yeah, a lot of attractions for little ones, but some that are fun for us too. That roller coaster in the back, we're not going to do it. We've been riding roller coasters all day. We're a little bit kind of just done with roller coasters at the moment, but we did do the Mad Mockingbird, and those are back behind you, and you saw in the video those swings that you swing around the outside, but it's got kind of a sail basically that you can control side to side, and you can really make that thing move. You can swing way out to the side. You can almost spin yourself completely around. It's a lot of fun. I had a blast on that.
Yeah, and that's something even little ones could do. I think the height requirement for that, I'm going by memory, but I think it was like in the 38-inch range, somewhere in there. So I mean, I saw little kids on it laughing, having a good time. So it's certainly something you can do here with the family.
Yeah, but a beautiful expansion here. So that was our day here in Dollywood, and what a great time that we had. Did you have a good time?
We had an amazing time. For me, all I'm gonna be thinking about is that cinnamon bread.
Oh my gosh.
It was so good. I mean, butter, bread, cinnamon, come on. That was a winner right out the gate. And then my favorite ride was gonna probably, well no, it's not probably, definitely that, was it lightning rod?
Lightning rod.
Oh my goodness. It's so fast, so fun. You just can't help but laugh.
Yeah, we just went and rode that again because it was so fast. And guys, today was a great day here. It's early June. It rained a little this morning, which I think kept some of the crowds out, but there was like nobody here today. We only waited the longest, about 10 minutes, for any of the rides here, so you could pretty much ride as much as you want. And I am so impressed with Dollywood. A little bit of everything here. There's rides, some very extreme thrill ride roller coasters. I mean, some of those are pretty intense roller coasters, all the way down to a lot of stuff for the little ones. I know that Taylor and Lucy would love it here. Wow. Definitely be back with Taylor and Lucy. And yeah, the food, everything we tried today was delicious. And we'll definitely be back, hopefully next time during the Christmas season, because I hear they deck this place out at Christmas time. But that's gonna do it for us here today from Dollywood. We wanna give Dollywood a very special thank you for having us out here today to check out this amazing theme park here in the middle of the Smoky Mountains. It's unbelievable.
Gorgeous here, really
and if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe below for more like it, and we'll see you next time.
Thanks for watching.